Hi, I'm Kim Billington. I'm going to introduce you to Pamela Cox. I interviewed Pamela, who's a registered psychologist, for my new book, Counselling Conversations, 10 Powerful Interviews with Seasoned Experts. In chapter 5, called Finding the Rainbow Connection, Pamela talks about how when she was a child growing up, she felt herself a little bit different, and as she began to do some research back in the 60s, she came across a DSM where homosexuality was described as a mental illness, and that really inspired her to move on and get a qualification and become a psychologist and work with people from what she calls the rainbow community. I remember in the very first opening question, I'd asked her, now how should we be referring to people that belong to the LGBTQ community? And she said, instead of that alphabet soup, call it the rainbow community. And then when the book went for editing, the editor put on the end of that IA+. So all the time I'm being educated through everyone I interview. And in particular, I learned so much from Pamela. One of the things that she talked about was how the process of coming out is never something you do once. You do it your whole life, she says, and that some people might have one foot in the closet and one out. She's got lots of lovely stories to share, but I was around Melbourne at the time of the 1987 Queen Street shootings, and at that time Pamela was a senior counsellor at the Australia Post building where the shootings happened, and she was seconded to be part of the trauma and recovery team. She went on to work in sexual assault agencies and generalist community health places, and she's now transitioning into retirement after 45 years of counselling. Anyway, it's a lovely interview. I learned so much interviewing Pamela, and again, there's a couple of really nice pictures that Chris Monroe drew for the book that are in her chapter. I hope you've enjoyed listening, and will enjoy reading Pamela's chapter 5, Finding the Rainbow Connection.